And congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are once again National League West champions. Welcome to Dodgers territory. Cheers, Clint. Cheers to our fans. Cheers to our viewers, our listeners, and cheers to the almighty LA Dodgers. We are happy that you guys are here. Make sure you like us, rate us, subscribe, all the things. Rate us 5 stars. And by the way, you can check out the Dodgers Territory Shop store, all of the gear. You can scan that code right there if you're on YouTube or if you're listening or whatever near a computer. Go to DodgersTerritoryShop.com. You can also go to the Google machine and get National League Championship gear because the Dodgers are NL champions once again. Never a doubt, right, Clint? Never a doubt.
One single doubt. It took 159 games to secure that 12th NOS crown in 13 seasons. Of course, 13 straight postseason berths. I'm waiting to see a pool party. But yeah, your Los Angeles Dodgers own the West once again, and I feel good seeing that. A little bit of the scene here from Sonia Chen over there at Chase Field, where they have been known to celebrate a time or two. There at Chase Field.
Are the police horses in front of the pool? I can't see. You were there.
That was your first year.
My eyes are bad, but I don't see anybody guarding the pool. But you know what? We were talking about it before we went live, Clint. The celebration was subdued, right? I think there was more of a collective sigh of relief. I mean, I'm sure they'll get into the clubhouse, obviously, and pop the bottles and have great speeches and have a good time. But it's not like, oh my God, we're NL West champs. It's like, okay, we can check that box off. It's an expectation. Woo! That's kind of more of what I gathered from that type of celebration and what I saw. A little bit more subdued this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be fucked up on the flight to Seattle for sure. Deservedly so. They're gonna be partying. But yeah, you expect this. This is part of the journey to getting to that World Series again. Hopefully, the Dodgers were never gonna not make the postseason. We're never going to not win the NL West. As much as we joke at the top that it was expected or whatever, that we never had a doubt. Yeah, there were some doubts, but realistically, I never had doubts that this team would end up, being crowned NL West champs again.
I did not doubt the division. I still doubt our bullpen a little bit, if I'm being honest. But I did not doubt that we would win the division. But John in our chat has a great point. Thanks, guys, for being a part of the show. We appreciate you very much. But John had a really good point. It says, tell me we didn't need a day like today. Guaranteed victory, no stress. Able to sit back, take a deep breath, and just enjoy Dodger baseball. What a great day. Yes, John. I did not need another freaking nail biter. What are we doing? Like, I'm freaking out, like trying to watch all the games. Or, what's San Diego doing? How's it going? So John's 100% right. I could have used a laugher today, Clint Pasillas, and that's what we got.
Yeah, every bit of a laugher. 8-0 shutout victory. By the way, I think I have some graphics for that. Let's throw that on the screen. 8-0, your Los Angeles Dodgers, who, yes, they are the 2025 NL West champion Los Angeles Dodgers. It started today, of course, with Yoshinobu Yamamoto tossing another gem. We'll talk more Yamamoto a little bit. I think he's probably due to be one of our spotlighted players on the DraftKings player spotlight. But Dodgers offense was alive early in this one. Is once again, Mookie Betts remains hot, being somebody who you can count on with runners in scoring position. He's very good at driving in runs, whether it's a sac fly, whether it's a hit in a key spot. Andy Pajes with another homer, 27 on there. And how about Mr. Consistent himself? Freddie Freeman, couple of homers, 3 ribbies, and I loved this right here. Back-to-back seasons. These are bad seasons by Freddie standards.
That's so insane. That's so insane, the parallel, or the parody, rather, I should say. It's funny because I saw these exact – you and I are on the same page, Pasillas, because I saw both of these tweets on X from Dodger Insider, who obviously they always do a good job. But it's like I almost tweeted out and said, like, oh, where are all the people that wanted to send Mookie Betts to the moon? Can you throw that back up there for the August 1st numbers for Marcus Lynn Betts?
Oh, gotcha.
In terms of that, Mookie Betts leads all Dodger hitters with a 390 batting average with runners in scoring position. That's RISP if you're nasty. Since August 1st, Betts also leads the club with 29 ribbies, or stakes if you're nasty, since August 1st, including the 2-run single that he had today in the second inning. So, welcome back. MLB. Welcome back.
Yeah, having 50 back doing things is incredible. By the way, you always have this dude doing something, Shohei Ohtani, with the one-handed 2-run splash job in the 4th inning. Dude's just got insane power, insane bat to ball. When he gets it right, it goes a long way. 406 feet there into the pool at Chase Field. Breaking, according to Joe Davis, I didn't check the numbers, but breaking Dodgers franchise record for runs scored in a single season, and of course, tying his own record with his 54th dong of the season. He's pretty good at baseball.
Yeah, you know what? And until somebody else can start playing on both sides of the ball and can hit 54 home runs in a season and has 50 strikeouts on the year and can pitch in the postseason and maybe come out of the bullpen or whatever the heck they're going to do with him, he will be the reigning National League MVP for eternity until somebody else can surpass him. I just don't see anybody else getting it with as talented as he is on both sides of the ball. I mean, the AL is a different story. We've talked about it ad nauseum, but I tell you what, Ohtani is just the most unbelievable player we have ever seen. And
is he your MVP?
Pretty sure, yeah. I mean, for a National League, I don't know. I mean, you can make an argument, obviously, for Schwarber, but he has a 2.87 ERA over 15 starts, and he has 54 home runs. Like, I just don't. Again, he didn't pitch as much as a lot of the other folks in the National League, but that's what the Cy Young is for. But as far as home runs are concerned, I mean, he's right there. What does Schwarber have? 56 now or whatever Schwarber has? But
56, yeah.
He does all of it. And like I said, until somebody else can start doing that, Shohei's the National League MVP as far as I'm concerned for infinity.
Yeah, and I don't give one rat's ass about voter fatigue or anything like that. Like, if you are this good, if nobody else can do what you're doing on a baseball field, you are the MVP. He is better than Kyle Schwarber, who literally just stands there and hits. He is not a defender.
Oh, I don't know that he just stands there and hits. Let me ask you this, though. If Shohei was not on a postseason team, is he still the MVP? Can you have an MVP on a non-playoff team?
You shouldn't. You can, but you shouldn't.
See, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me if we're talking about the AL picture, which I know we're not, but I'm going to bring it up anyway because everyone's talking about it. To me, the Mariners are not in the postseason without Cal Raleigh. To me, the Yankees still get in without Aaron Judge, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I think Aaron Judge on a year in, year out basis can put up the numbers that he's putting up right now. For a catcher, it's like it's never going to happen again. Anyway, let's talk about Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And Clint, I think this is a great time for our DraftKings Pick 6 player spotlight. Clint, this was your boy. This was your boy. This was your Cy Young Award pick in the National League. What did you see when the Dodgers signed him that led you to believe that this guy was as special as he has proven to be over the course of this season?
I mean, when you're looking at 3 seasons ago, finishing his career in Japan, the dude was just a beast. He was a dog. He has the stuff. He has the tools. He has the talent. Every pitch has a nasty factor to it. Season 1 had its ups and downs. He had his injury woes. Ultimately, put it all together in the postseason, and he rode that into an exceptional, a phenomenal, in my opinion, because I am biased, the Cy Young Award-winning season here this year. Talk about a year. Way to finish out your season, Yamamoto. 30 starts leading the Dodgers, 2.49 ERA, only chasing Paul Skeens in the National League, 4th in baseball. I think it's 4th in baseball overall. 201 Ks on the year, the first time that's been done since 2021 when Walker Buehler did it. 173 innings also to lead the Dodgers. Yeah, the innings is lower than what we're used to, but that's how the game is played these days. Every bit. He's worth every penny, which is absurd to say, of that $325 million, because with him you have a bona fide front-line dog. He is your ace. He is the guy. He is the stopper. You want him out there every single day you can, or every 5th, or in his case, every 6th day. And he is somebody, wherever they put him in, wherever they slot him in the postseason, it's the right call.
Let me ask you this, though. Paul Skeens, 1.97 ERA on the year. It's a different award. It's a different award than the MVP. We're talking just best pitcher in the game. just pitcher in the. It's not his fault that he's being wasted on a Pittsburgh Pirate team. It's not Paul Skeens' fault. It's not his fault that he's 10-10 because they can't give him any flip and run support. In your opinion, I know you just picked Yamamoto. I get it, and you are biased, and you're honest about that, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. That's why we love the team. We love the Dodgers. We're homered. Is Yamamoto more of the Cy Young Award winner in the National League than Paul Skeens? Just based on numbers, because I think more than anything, Cy Young should be based on numbers, not wins and losses, but ERA and amount of innings pitched and strikeouts, in my opinion. That's more of what it should be based on.
I mean, based on how these voters vote, we know it's going to end up being Paul Skeens. And
I didn't ask you that. Who is your Cy Young Award winner?
Well,
if you weren't a Dodger fan, okay, which I know is hard because you were born into this. But if you weren't a Dodger fan, who's your Cy Young Award winner in the National League?
What's funny, Ray just said in the chat, saying Clint's biased. And yeah, I'm 100% biased on this one. If you're saying just a moment ago that you shouldn't win an MVP if your team does not make the postseason, a Cy Young Award, you can kind of argue the same sort of thing. If I am letting my bias pick Yoshinobu Yamamoto. If I were a part of the voting body, I would definitely pick Paul Skeens because he was nasty, he was electric. But if I was able to vote with my heart, or there was a second award, Cy Young Jr., it would be Yamamoto. He's gonna play second.
Cy Young Jr. Cy Young Jr. You're silly. I get it. I mean, I get it. He's definitely the Cy Young on our team. I will say that. I mean, he's been the best pitcher all year for the Los Angeles Dodgers in terms of innings thrown and health and availability, if you will. I think tonight was his 30th start, right? I mean, that's more than any of the other starters. So good for him. 200 strikeouts versus Walker Buehler, as you mentioned, in 2021. He's your guy. I get it. Like, listen, I completely get it. You're not alone in that. I'm quite certain that Yamamoto will get some votes, although I do believe it's going to end up going to Mr. Livy Dunn. All right. Let's listen to our friends from DraftKings, and we'll be right back with more post-game reactions.
Well, what's going to talk about DraftKings? It's totally us live, pretending we're really.
Football is back, and so is your shot at big wins with DraftKings Pick 6, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. Your game day instincts can score you real money fast. Here's the play.
Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats, from breakout rookies to elite QBs, and unlock the upside every snap brings. The better your calls, the bigger your payout.
This season, play your player instincts. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Use code FOUL, that's FOUL. Pay just $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 bonus picks. Make the call, ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Alanna, people are happy. You would be shocked that people are happy in the chat. The Dodgers are your 2025 National League West champions. The Rams, Don in the chat earlier saying 13 wins to go, 13 important wins to go. Still 3 games left to be played in Seattle, and there are some playoff implications still in the American League.
It's funny because I'm pointing at you. We're so good together now that you know that when I point at the screen, it means I have something to say. So that's just good cadence with you and I. I just tell you what, we're just like really working well together in season 3. It's crazy to me though, because I was like, wait a minute, that's a mistake. Not right now, but I was just looking at when I was looking at the broadcast. But I forget we're so used to Clint having home field and the first seed and getting the first round bye that to me cemented in my brain. It's like 11 more wins, 11 more wins, 11 more wins. But no, it's 2. It's 2 more than that now. So 13 more wins. How significant do you think that is? Having to be, albeit the host, which is good, you get to do it at Dodger Stadium. But how more difficult does the 2 games make it?
I mean, it's definitely difficult because you have to blow your top 2 starters right away. Maybe not your top 2 because the Dodgers have 4 top starters, so it does make it a little bit easier for Los Angeles versus whoever they end up playing. We'll talk more about that a little bit. But yeah, 2 more wins. Any sort of short series We've seen it happen. In baseball, anything can happen. So whether it's the Mets, the Reds, now very, very unlikely to be the Diamondbacks, whether it's Mets or the Reds,
Oh, I don't know.
they can show up.
Noel V. Marte, like, saved the Reds season tonight. I'm probably butchering his first name. I'm sorry. And the Diamondbacks obviously just lost. So we might see the Reds. Who knows? How do you feel about facing, let's just assume it's the Mets. How do you feel about facing them in this first round?
I mean, if you're looking at any of the teams that the Dodgers could potentially face, they have the best grown-up star power bats with Alonso, with Francisco Lindor, of course, Juan Soto. They have the pop. They have the experience that these two teams having faced off against one another in the NLCS just a year ago. But
they don't have great pitching, though.
He said, when you look at that starting, like the disparity between the aces and the two to potentially three starters that could be run out there, understanding, the Dodgers bullpen has been mostly in shambles. Thankfully, we'll talk about that in a second. Maybe Tanner Scott's all the way back. I'm laughing for the cope on that one because he did have a really nice outing today. Hey, credit where credit is due.
I'm happy for Tanner. I mean, I saw that you had tweeted about it too the other day. It's like, we get upset as fans and we want to send everyone to the moon, but God, nobody feels worse than Tanner and his immediate family. And yes, we joke that it's an 8-run lead. I don't care. Whatever it's going to take to get this guy some confidence back, because whether you guys like it or not, or whether we think it's the right choice or not, he's making the postseason roster. I'm sorry. He's making the postseason roster. So let's support him. It is what it is, right? So
and there's a need to have that role too, to have somebody who's not going to be every game back into the bullpen or every single day. If Tanner Scott is this year's Brent Honeywell to take down kind of some garbage innings, you need to have that guy, and he's paid a lot of money to be that guy. One guy I did like last night. I haven't talked about him yet, but that one out, I saw a lot of people giving Dave a lot of shit about bringing in Blake Trinan when he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is 100% trying that spot, because Blake has been coming in to start innings and then just immediately kind of shitting the bed. Bringing him in, nice clean-shaven Blake Trinan, bringing him in a situation where he has to mop up. He has to be the lockdown dude right there. Bases loaded, 2 out, gets his man. I loved him in that spot, and hopefully that's the spark. Dave said he saw something a little bit different out of Blake in that inning. Of course, Dave is going to say that. Whether it's tangible, whether it's real, whether it's all up here, doesn't matter. He looked good in that appearance, and Dave's going to ride with Blake. We know that.
All I ask is that you remember what Blake Trinan did for this club in 2024. And I just hope that that's even a portion of the Blake Trinan that we see in 2025. The Dodgers don't win the World Series last year without what Blake Trinan did. I understand it's a different year. I understand that it's been touch and go. This bullpen has been giving Rolaids massive stock. Their stock is going up in terms of tons and Rolaids because it's been interesting. However, let's just let's hope that he's getting back there and listen. I understand, Alex. I love you, but I get it, man.
24 is not 25. Yeah, it's what have you very much of what have you done for me lately kind of league.
And as it should be, right? Like this is a do now league, a not a try hard league. Like all of the things, I get it. You get paid to perform, and the fans have the expectations, and I completely get it. Now, let's hope that the offense continues to do what they're doing, and you're not like, oh my, there's going to be a lot of tight games in the postseason. That's just the way postseason baseball goes, and everyone's like, sphincter super tight in the postseason because it's everything is super stressful, right? So
stressful sphincter time. It's 100% stressful.
It is what it is. We should get that on a shirt. Somebody work on that. DodgersTerritoryShop.com. Stressful sphincter. Get on that, Mark Wiener, our boss.
Yeah. I like this one. JA Videos. Alana drinking some champagne as well.
I am.
One
I
N,
am. First of all, JA, I love you. My name is spelled with 2 N's. I love you anyway. Let's just fix that next time. And this is Vouv. This is not garbage champagne. This is NL West champion champagne, bitches. This is good stuff.
Well, this is, I'm going to it again, going to the well of the makers that you sent me last year. In the glasses that you sent me.
Still have that bottle. I mean, what do you need, a nipple for that thing? How you doing?
God damn. I am catching some fucking strays right now on that. Don't worry, all the booze like I would usually drink is out there. This is the special booze, and I didn't plan on opening it.
And I tell you, this
and
is
you know
this
it's
is
good.
special.
This is 24.
This is special for you guys. This is cheers to you guys for being with us all season long. We got 13 more wins to go. By the way, Clint's birthday is coming up. He's going to be 40, and he's throwing a big old party. He's throwing a big old party. So everyone show up at Clint Pasillas' house coming up in a couple weeks in October.
Can we do this?
Right.
Let's hold on. Let's go back for a second and talk about, because I didn't really complete the Mets Dodgers thought. Give me Dodgers all day. That starting pitching, the rotation.
They're good, but they're young. They're good, but they're young.
Whether it's going to end up being Ohtani in game one, whether it's going to be Blake Snell or Yamamoto. And I have a thought that I'm going to explore more on my All Dodgers channel, either coming up today or potentially on my Saturday morning show, that maybe Yamamoto should be the guy starting on the road, because he has also been exceptional on the road this year, as where Blake Snell's kind of struggled on the road. But any of those guys, granted, the Wild Card Series is all at Dodger Stadium, but give me any of those three guys against David Peterson, Clay Holmes, Jonah Tong, Sean Manaea. What are these people? Mets?
Again, the Mets aren't there without Manaea last year. Tong is young, but he's gifted. David Peterson, I don't know how he's still in the league, but he's still shoving, which I don't even understand. The man doesn't even pick up a baseball in the offseason until like January. Yeah. So he just continues to have a good career. Let me ask you this. I mean, I think the biggest thing about the wild card game, well, in all of the rounds, but certainly in a 3-game round, game one is a massive statement game, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm throwing Yamamoto. Isn't that your best guy? I mean, didn't you just say he was the Cy Young Award winner? Don't you want the number one game to absolutely be a dub? I
mean, who's to say that Blake Snell can't go out there and shove, or Shohei Ohtani? Yeah,
I'm not saying.
It's
how do you feel about piggybacking every damn game that you need to?
It depends also how you piggyback it as well. They're going to have to. I don't know. I'm not ready to make these sort of determinations, because I know Andrew Friedman and company don't listen to me.
Is that for Monday's show?
It could be, but more so, I think I like somebody like I liked Kershaw and Roki coming out of the bullpen. That's something we should probably also talk a little bit more about. Yeah. How about we do this? Let's take another quick break, guys. We will be back, and we're going to talk more about the bullpen, including more Tanner Scott, who is all the way back.
FT Fam, Superpower believes that every human has 100-year potential, and they're going to help you get there. I like the sweatshirt, Eric Kratz, and I also love the way that Superpower takes care of its members.
Yeah. You go get your lab test, you become the best you. You be a member of this group, and your test will come back. It's unlocking things that you didn't know about yourself. This is stuff that players used all the time. You can do it now too.
Exactly, Kratz. How many of you have gone to a doctor's appointment? You get the classic, oh, you're fine, or just drink more water. No real data, no real game plan. With one simple blood draw with Superpower and over 100 biomarkers, that is way more than what you'd usually get, and it unlocks so much more about your own body. Head to superpower.com to learn more and lock in the special $199 price while it lasts. After you sign up, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Please make sure to mention the FT podcast to support the show. Your biology decoded, your blueprint activated with Superpower.
Riz, a shot here.
Dave.
A shot here of one of our new Dodgers bullpen relief aces.
Fool. First of all, Dave, and Kirsch with no shirt on. I mean, that's just, God bless him.
That's Superpower right there for you. What'd you like about 22 coming out of the bullpen last night?
I love any. Listen, he was excited about it. If Kershaw's happy with it, I don't care if he wants to come out of the bullpen on his hands. Like, whatever he wants, I'm in. Honestly, like if you want to come out like doing cartwheels to the mound, good for you. He loved the adrenaline. He said there's a little bit of a little bit of extra adrenaline coming out of the bullpen. Listen, if Kershaw's the piggyback or if Roki Sasaki is the piggyback, and they end up being like the long men, okay. Yeah. I don't care if you have to have Brusdar Gratterall as your third baseman and I don't care.
He can throw lefty.
Whatever it takes well, I guess I wouldn't have him as a third baseman as a left-handed. Okay, he's our first baseman, whatever. But the point is, I don't care what it takes. You figure it out. If there's one thing we've learned about the game in today's age, Clint, is it's not a traditional game anymore. You go off the path, you go away from the traditional outline, and you figure out a way to win.
Yep.
The Dodgers are super good at that. They have the talent to do it, and here we are. It wasn't a 98-win season. It wasn't a 107-win or 106-win season. I mean, they didn't even. Do they even have 90?
It's 90. Today was win number 90.
90, right?
Yeah.
So 90 doesn't 90 seem like a little cheap? Like all we want is 90 games. Look at us bitching about 90 games,
know, right?
90 wins rather, right? So this was a different year. This wasn't a foregone conclusion year. But you know what? They're in the postseason again. Yeah. They won the division again. And at least they get home field for the wild card round. And now it's time to reset and shove.
Perfect. To add to that, Dave, I think this was just after the game to Kirsten Watson. This transcribed, that's the wrong button. This transcribed from Jack Harris, who, of course, covers the team for the Los Angeles Times. But it wasn't supposed to be this difficult. Wasn't supposed to feel frustrating. But, Dave, that's part of it. It shouldn't be easy. And, you know, I've talked ad nauseum about this over the years. Like, we want this team to have to fight and battle and struggle. All of us feel like crap for 160 of the 162 games. Like, this builds more character. Dino told us this. And,
I was going to say that.
Yes.
Remember
Dino
when we had
Dino
Evil on the show, and you're right, and you asked the question, and it was a good one, and Dino was like, yeah, you know, we talked about how much stronger the NL West seemed, and you want that adversity, right? You don't want it to be a pushover, because if you don't have any adversity, then maybe, and I'm not saying that they overlook opponents, but you can't just like glide into the postseason, you know, winning 110 games and not having any sort of adversity. Yeah. This team had a ton of adversity this year, as do many. I get it. We're not the only ones, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. This is good. This is good that, you know what, I know that we've had difficulty, not last year, obviously, but difficulty getting out of the first round. I don't sense that this year. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, 111-win team in 2022. This was the best team in the history of the franchise or whatever. They looked terrible. They got bounced in the first round to the San Diego Padres. They looked worse the next year in 23, getting swept by the Arizona Diamondbacks. This adversity, this talent, this group, a bunch of dudes that have already, again, been there, done that last year. Fighting and playing to send Kershaw off like on the right note to end his career. Like, these are all things that I think I always talk about. It's part of this story. It's part of this long story. As I'll put this up, the boys, the NL West champions on the screen here. It's part of a long story. People don't watch a movie that is perfect all the way through. You don't read a book, not that I know how to read, but you don't read a book where your main character does not undergo or deal with some sort of strife or some sort of issues, or there's some sort of antagonist trying to bring down your protagonist. No, this is part of the long story.
That is, you're absolutely right, and I'm proud of you that you know protagonist and antagonist. But I'm going to reference our chat again. Hold, please. Okay. It was Steve. I apologize if I'm saying this incorrectly, but Steve Saldivar was saying yes, but the adversity is coming from inside the house. Yeah, you know, and maybe to a certain extent, right? I get that, Steve. Like, I get that. Like, the call is coming from inside the house. Like, that's that horror movie that you're like, what the fuck? But yeah, you know, like a little bit. But I do believe in. Listen, this is a team that has gone to the postseason a billion years. We were talking, or Joe Davis and my girl Jessica Mendoza were talking about it on the broadcast. If they win another World Series, and we know how difficult it is, guys, to go back-to-back and win back-to-back, not even just to get there, but to win it. It hasn't been done since the Yankees did it in, 99, 2000, 2001, or whatever the hell it was. It's difficult to do. But if they do it again and they win 3 World Series in a span of 6 years, that's a dynasty. Okay, so I have the faith in this team. I have the faith in the front office. I have the faith in Dave. I have this faith in the players, and they will figure it out. If Tanner Scott can't figure it out, they will figure it out. Like, I believe in him, and it's going to happen. So,
yeah, no. Again, they have the tools. They have the talent. To quote from Dan Hudson, not Dan. Is it Dan Hudson? Is that who it was? The actor who played? No, who played? Ghostbusters. Anyways, they got the tools, they got the
it's
talent.
not Levy.
Ernie Hudson.
No.
Ernie Hudson, there it is.
Sure.
Yeah, he's just they just got to put it together. I love this from Ken in the chat, by the way. I'm going to put the Kershaw one back up here. Apparently it doesn't want to show his tweet there, so I'll just go ahead and do this, and I'll do this, saying Clayton possibly celebrating for the last time. He's going to enjoy it the most, and I would love to see Clayton.
He's not celebrating tonight for the last time, Ken. He might be celebrating for the last time this year, obviously, as he has announced his retirement.
Well, he's got to celebrate a wild card. He's got to celebrate a division series. He's got to celebrate clinching a championship series and a pennant.
Oh, no. Clayton will celebrate every step along the way. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, this tonight isn't his last championship. He always says that, right? Yeah. So I've asked him 1,000 times when I used to be in those. And God bless Kirsten Watson and Dave Vassay, because I guarantee you those two are targets right now.
Yeah.
Kirsten Watson was the only one in Arizona that had water shoes, as she mentioned on the broadcast, because it's the desert, if you don't know. But they're about to get torched.
Is that soft to you? Nothing against her. It's not an indictment on her.
No. Listen, I've been in that. And anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a different conversation. Damn it, Clint. Now I forgot my train of thought. I'm old and I messed it up. But the point is, Kershaw. So I was like, we asked him, like, every time I was in, I've done a billion champagne celebrations. I'm very lucky to have covered some really amazing Dodgers teams, obviously, and in my work with MLB and all the things, right? Even the Rockies one time, believe it or not. So
Rocktober.
I went in there, and it's like, you wear the goggles, right? It's stupid. You can't see shit. You need, like, windshield wipers to see. So you take the goggles off, right? So Kershaw's always like, you gotta let it burn. Mm-hmm. So then one time, like, I wore, like, a poncho with a hood. Stupid. Do not ever. All you aspiring journalists out there that want to cover baseball, do not go into a championship clubhouse with the frickin' hood, because you know what they do? Kenley Jansen takes the hood, fills it with beer, and then puts it over your head.
Yeah.
So then, and God help you, don't wear nice clothing. Don't wear, because then they get to shower, right? They're going to Seattle tonight, right? Do you think the reporters get to shower? No. Actually, I will say this. In 2020, no, not 2020, because we were in the bubble. There was a year that I was allowed to shower in the coach's area when they were all done before I got to get on the plane. But Kirsten's going to smell like a brewery when she gets on the plane. Okay? It is not fun. I always worried when we were at home and we clinched that I was going to get pulled over in LA and the ossifer was going to be like, why do you smell like alcohol? Oh, sir, I was in the Dodgers clubhouse celebrating. He'd be like, bullshit. Okay. No, you weren't. Sure you were. And I'm like, no, really, that's like my job. So
I was drinking for a friend, ossifer.
Right, exactly.
Hey, do you have, it's funny, you guys have been doing this show for a while now. Do you have like a favorite clinch moment, anything that happened in those clubhouses with all of the wacky, zany characters we saw? And I guess ultimately, give us a Puig story. And I want to know more about him dunking Plaschke.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was that. Oh, Plaschke was so pissed. It's like, well, maybe, well, you know what? Maybe you show up more than just the postseason. Maybe you should be there every day. Like a random Tuesday in Cincinnati. Is that not cool for you? You know what? None of us want to be in Cincinnati in August.
You're going to see a scathing column.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I have some memorable ones in terms of certain things. So obviously, with Puig dancing in the clubhouse, that's kind of like a thing that's on the interweb. When we clinched in Chicago one year, I think we clinched the DS there. I don't remember.
Everything was that the series where Kike had the 3-homer game too? I think
it was, and we clinched. But the problem so imagine how old and historic Wrigley is, right? So it has gotten better because they've tried, like with Dodger Stadium, they've tried to keep the historic charm, but they've tried to renovate and modernize it and get it at least into this century. But that freaking clubhouse at Wrigley was so dang small. And I'm basically like on top of, let's say there's just a mound of stuff and they like put a tarp over it. I'm like on top of it with like with my camera guy and my microphone trying to interview players in a space like this. So let's just say like Wrigley, Fenway, Dodger Stadium, visiting clubhouse, very difficult places to work and maneuver and those types of things. All the celebrations are cool though, right? Yeah. Like it's just you can just see the collective sigh of relief. The front office comes down there. It's finally the time that you can see the humanity of these guys. Like Andrew Friedman smiles, like,
he gets a little tipsy.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
but they're so used to doing this, and I'm not saying that they don't enjoy it, but they're so used to this. Like, this is an expectation of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Like, this is like, okay, yeah, this is, you win the division, check. That's like basically your first check of the season, right? But if the Dodgers don't go to the World Series, they'll think that this season, not necessarily a failure. That's not fair. But the job's not finished, right? Like, it's not accomplished. So, every championship has been. It's funny. People always want to bring up the time we were celebrating in the clubhouse, and Scott. I almost said Scott Van Pelt. Scott
Alexander.
No.
Van Slyke. Van Slyke.
God, I was thinking Andy Van Slyke for a hot second. His son, Scott Van Slyke. Like, I'm drenched, of course, as we all are, and Scott like hit the powder in my face. And then imagine you're like wet, and then you're just like sticky.
That's a dick move.
I looked like he was gonna like bake a cake on my face because of the flour. But no, I mean, I don't care. And here's one thing I will say about this: like, people were so outraged that Scott did that to me. I'm in their space. I am no one to dictate how they celebrate. It is a privilege to be in a clubhouse on a clinch or any sort of championship moment. I never cared how they celebrated. That is their right, and I'm privileged to be in that space with them. So I never cared. People were like, oh my God. I'm like, this is a non-story. This is a non-story.
I love this, by the way, from Ken in the chat. Says, Alanna, respect your elders when we're talking about Splashkey over there. That was one of that column that came out the next day. Like, come on, man. Oh, no, you got a little damp.
Listen,
I'm imagining it was cold.
I respect him for who he is and the longevity in the industry, but like, bro, show up more than twice a year. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and again, I'm happy that he didn't lose his home in the Pasadena wildfires. I know a lot of his folks did, and I get that, and I respect what he has done as a columnist and as a journalist. But I don't like people that parachute in when they don't cover this team on a daily basis and just want to start shit. And there's a lot of folks like that.
We got a funny scene right here, by the way, in the clubhouse, courtesy of Fabian Ardaya. Here comes Will Ireton sliding through. Of course, translator Will the Thrill sliding through.
What a year this guy's had, huh? This poor bastard.
Yeah,
I can only imagine the stress he's had to go through.
That is so good. Well, I'm so glad Will is back with the organization. I guess back to actual Dodger talk real quick, and then we'll have a little bit more fun. We do have a dog extended Dodgers territory today. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Please consider liking the show, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Trying to get to 11,000 subscribers. But I love this. Scotty Braun bringing us back, talking about Kershaw and Roki being the most unlikely relief pitching combo hitting the scene. Now, Riz, we, over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe a little longer, we've had our conversations about Roki Sasaki kind of coming back. And
didn't make it.
No. And also, like, did he kind of earn it? Did he deserve it? Well, it's a little bit of he put in the work, so you earn by putting in the work, but also how just god-awful the bullpen had been.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like I had a conversation today with Ken Rosenthal on Fair Territory. He said, welcome to the National League wild card race brought to you by the New York Mets. And that's kind of why Roki Sasaki is even in the picture and even in the conversation. It's like, welcome to the Roki Sasaki bullpen experiment brought to you by the Dodgers bullpen.
Yeah.
Has he earned it? No. But you're going to go with whomever is going to give you the best chance to win at the time. So sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can come out, what did he? I mean, he had a scoreless inning, right? Like I'll take, or Kershaw did, but it's like I'll take that Sasaki. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be the person that has to make these decisions. Like, it's difficult, and you're dealing with human emotions and stuff too. And it's like earning versus, okay. Like at this point, you can't worry about feelings. Like, this is not a feelings game.
No.
What is it going to take on a given day to win that series? And then you move on. And then the next series, you can reset your roster, and then you do that. And at the end of the day, when you are World Series champions and everyone gets a playoff share and everyone gets a ring, all those feelings go away and nobody cares because you are a member of the 2025 World Series champion Dodgers.
And that's the thing. And I think this club more than any learned that last year. when you get to October, I mean, the Dodgers need to first get through September and September 30th, where the wild card series starts. But when you get into October, you get this late into the season, you get into the postseason, roles don't mean anything. The script is out the door, and people give this organization, more than most, a lot of crap about the script and the computers and the analytics and the blah, blah, blah. The script is out the door, and I think Dave, we saw in his pocket last year, working on feeling, working on gut, feeling the emotion of a player in that particular moment. The script was thrown away. And
well, that's what I think the important piece is, though. I think the script, I don't want to say works, but I think the script plays more over the course of 162.
Yes.
Postseason, you cannot have a script. You can't be in your meetings and your scouting meetings and all these things and oh, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do this no matter what happens. You can't. You can't. You don't have time. You don't have a runway to do that.
The script is paramount to winning ball games over the course of 162. The script doesn't say, hey, Roki Sasaki came in through our first 1-2-3 inning in what felt like 40 years at that point and punched out two.
Since May 9th.
Okay, it doesn't matter. He pitched now.
But my point is, if you were so like locked and married to the script, like that doesn't make any sense, right? Like if I was running the team, this team would have imploded a long time ago because I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah.
But again, like postseason, all bets are off.
And that's where somebody like Roki can show up and be the late season knight in shining armor for this team potentially by just going out there, throwing strikes, looking relatively filthy against a very good hitting ball club with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So him doing that, Kershaw, feeling froggy, as Joe Davis said, hitting 91 on that fastball. So we haven't seen in a while out of 22. Whoever got you here, it doesn't really matter. It's about who's going to go in there, show up, and do the job. Hopefully we, again, saw something good, saw something that can translate forward to some sort of role for Tanner Scott tonight. Moving forward, and the same with Blake Trinan. Hopefully that is something yesterday that he can translate forward, because they're going to be on this roster. And all of these dudes are important. They're going to have 10 or 11 pitchers. Of course, with Shohei, the Dodgers get the gift of an additional pitcher, which will go a long way. The Dodgers are set up in a great spot. You just need guys to show up and do their effing job. That is about it.
Sure. For sure. No question.
How about we do this? Let's hit last licks. We do have some super chats. We have some more comments as well, but we want to feature a pupper here on this Thursday. So, music.
All right, guys. Havana Banana is a World Series champion pup. She definitely has already won the NL West, and she wants to win your World Series hearts. She is a boxer mix. She's not even a year old yet. She's loving. You can obviously see that she is good with kids. We had permission to show this little sweetie. This is her foster's niece that she is pictured with. She's great. She's great on a leash. She's great with dogs. She's great with kids. She's not even a year old. She's healthy. She's happy. She's wonderful. She's being fostered in La Habra, California. If you're interested in meeting Havana Unana, please reach out. We desperately need an adopter for that sweet heart. She was found emaciated and starving in Inglewood, California. She actually ran into my VP's home, ironically, followed my VP's husband into her house, like honestly begging for help. And I'm glad she did, because now she's doing great.
That's an awesome story. It's sad in that there was a pupper that didn't have a home. But you guys, go give that pupper a home. We were great last year in getting a lot of the dogs. I think all of the dogs featured on DT last year were adopted.
We did great. And we have, I tell you, we've so Guidry's Guardian Foundation is about 6 years and change old. It was July 4th of 2019. So we're a little over 6 years old. And we've had our hand in some shape or form of helping over 500 dogs in some shape or form. So if you can't adopt, that's okay. If you can't foster, that's okay. Share the dogs. We can always accept donations. We desperately need it. We are a donation-based foundation. So thanks so much for allowing me to talk about it. All right.
This one, not that one. This one. Just a reminder.
Guidry'sGuardian.org. Absolutely. All right. Are you doing your show tonight, or are you doing your show tomorrow?
Unsure the time, whether it's going to be 8:30 or 9, but myself, Jeff Snyder, will be talking about this celebration, this win, as easy as it was for the Dodgers, of course. And what comes next? What are the big questions that we're going to be looking for over these last 3 regular season, 3 practice games for the Dodgers? We'll be talking about that tonight. All Dodgers. Check it out on the YouTube. Subscribe there. Subscribe here. All that kind of stuff.
I would imagine the biggest question mark, right, is if it's roster construction. Like it's a 3-game series. So again, like it's like short stamp. Like here it is. It's 3 games. That's it.
Yep.
I mean, most folks that win game 1 win out, right? Or not win out, but at least move on to the DS. So game 1 is so dang important. How do they set this roster? Bullpen auditions coming up next 3 games.
Yeah, that was from Ohtani Boy much earlier in the show. Yep. By the way, we had this one from Richie Flores earlier in the chat. 199 said, "Let's celebrate at the DeVore Man Cave." And you give the man an inch. You give the man an inch about going to his house. He's going to take at least 40 miles. So he expects you to be at his house one of these days. Don't worry, Riz. I will protect you. $5 from Cole saying maybe it was the weed or vodka, or maybe it was being up by 8 with 2 outs in the 9th inning where a calm overcame my inner demons. Thank you, baby Jesus. Boy. Yeah, 8 runs is even enough for Tanner Scott, I tell you what. Joel said this much earlier to the Roberts haters. If it's his fault when guys can't pitch, then it must be because of him that they hit and pitch today. Greatest manager in baseball. There's an argument. Yeah. There's absolutely a conversation there.
I mean, he's the greatest active manager for sure.
And the final one I have, unless you have any final thoughts before I hit this final super chat and send us out?
No, I'm good.
Well, then Robert with $9.99, bottoms up.
Cheers, man. That's a good one. Robert Villegas, we appreciate you. Cheers, you guys. Bottoms up. Appreciate you so much. Let's get together on Monday afternoon, regular time, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will be talking about all kinds of things as we get ready to host the National League Wild Card. Cheers to National League West champions. We appreciate you guys for everything. We'll see you soon. Go Dodgers.
Bye.